Welcome to this edition of Football 101. I'm your host Joshua D'Amatos, and what a weekend in football we had. Coming up in this episode of Football 101, we're talking English Premier League and also La Liga, some of the title contenders dropping points this weekend. Also, UEFA Champions League is back. Yes, the group stages have started back this Tuesday, so we're going to show you all the highlights and all the goals from that day as well. And we have some fans coming in studio. We have a Liverpool and a Chelsea fan who's going to sit down. We're going to talk. Actually, they're not going to sit down. We're going to stand up, but we're going to talk about the EPL season thus far. You don't want to miss it. This is Football 101. I'll be right back after these messages. The Champions League has started back up in the group stages. So in this first game, we have Barcelona versus Juventus. Now this was the most anticipated game in today's fixtures, and Barcelona came away victors by 3-0. Now if you remember in previous matches when these two teams met, Juventus actually shut out Barcelona. Barcelona couldn't even score. And that's when they had Neymar, that's when they had, well, the Suarez and Messi. And now Barcelona put 3 goals past Juventus, Messi on the score sheet, tearing things up, and it's really good to see Barcelona, even though with all the critics, what everyone had to say about them, coming off a win in La Liga and also a 3-0 victory over Juventus, things are looking really good at the Nou Camp. In another highly anticipated match, Manchester United took on Basel. Manchester United came away victors by 3-0, but at a cost. Paul Pogba came up in the 30th minute with a hamstring injury. Ashley Young actually got a start in this game, and he had a tremendous game. And also, Belgium was on the score sheet, scoring the 100th goal scored by Belgium in Europe. And guess who that was? It wasn't Lukaku, it was actually Mario Fellaini. Yes, he came off the bench and gave Manchester United the lead. Final score in this one was 3-0, a wonderful performance by Jose Mourinho's men, putting them on top of their group. So well done to the Red Devils. Moving on to another group where Chelsea defeated Karabakh by 6-0. Now this was the heaviest defeat of today's games, and it was a wonderful performance by the English champions. Azpilicueta scoring his first European goal, and a lot of other players getting on the score sheet. So well done to the Blues, home at Stamford Bridge, winning this one by 6-0 as they stay on top of their group. In another highly anticipated match, Roma took on Atletico Madrid, and this was the only game for today's fixtures that had no goals. It finished 0-0. Now Atletico run riot against Roma, I would say. They had the better game, they had the better chances. Saul in the 90th minute had an amazing chance, just couldn't put it in the back of the net. Man of the match is the Roma goalkeeper, hands down. So Atletico and Roma draw this one. It's not good for them, as Chelsea are on top of that group, and Chelsea would have just loved that result. And in the final game we're going to highlight in the UEFA Champions League is Celtic versus PSG. Final score in this one is 5-0 in favour of Celtic. Now Celtic, we know in their previous times against other teams in Europe, it just doesn't work too well for Celtic. Remember the 7-0 loss against Barcelona as well. Coming up against PSG now, we all know Neymar loves to play against Celtic. He was on the score sheet, so too Cavani, so too Mbappe. So well done to PSG, running riot not only in League One, but they're starting up their UEFA Champions League charge really well with a 5-0 victory over Celtic. Switching gears now, we're going to head across to England, and the most anticipated match in England this past weekend was the Manchester City versus Liverpool game. Final score in this one was 5-0 in favour of Manchester City. The biggest talking point in this game was the sending off of Mane, a high foot to the Liverpool goalkeeper, a straight red, and that's when things turned. Liverpool actually had the upper hand in this game up until that point. Salah was just running right over Otamendi, but it wasn't to be. When that red card was given, that's when the tables turned, and Manchester City, with the quality and with the players that they have, with the likes of De Bruyne and Silva, they just cut Liverpool apart. It was 5-0 at the end of it. Well done to Sergio Aguero getting on the score sheet. Jesus also on the score sheet. I also want to say shout out to Sergio Aguero, as he has broken the record for being the player that scores the most goals as a non-English player. He took over Dwight York, who had 123 goals, and now he's on 124. So well done to Sergio Aguero, and well done to Pep's men getting a victory 5-0 over Liverpool. Now, league leaders Manchester United took on Stoke City away. Now, history isn't on Manchester United's side, as the last time Manchester United defeated Stoke City away was when Sir Alex Ferguson was the manager at the club. Final score in this one, 2 goals apiece. Now, Lukaku on the score sheet yet again, but history repeats itself as Manchester United continue this run where they cannot beat Stoke away. Lukaku on the score sheet, Hesse having a great game, De Gea with some amazing saves, but this is the first drop points for Manchester United thus far and first goals conceded in the English Premier League. They still stay on top of the table, tied with 10 points with Manchester City, but some work needs to be done as the partnership of Bailey and Jones just did not work out for Jose Mourinho in the back line. So a lot of work for all you Manchester United fans and the Manchester United people. In another game, we see the 2015 EPL champions coming up against the 2016 EPL champions, Leicester City versus Chelsea FC. It finished 2-1 in favour of the Blues of Stamford Bridge as they take this one by 2-1. Kante on the score sheet with limited celebrations, Vardy scoring a penalty as well, but Chelsea come with victors by 3-0. Now that's 3 consecutive victories for Conte's men. Well done to the Blues. Now, after coming off that humiliating defeat against Liverpool last week, Arsenal, they took on Bournemouth. Lacazette back in the starting 11, and this one finished 3-0 in favour of the Gunners. Lacazette on the score sheet and Welbeck scoring a brace. So you tell me, how is it that Lacazette could start against Bournemouth, score 2 goals, but for some strange reason Arsene Wenger decides not to start him against Liverpool? I'll leave that one up to you, but well done to Arsenal and the Gunners getting 3 points. Tottenham Hotspur made the trip to Merseyside where they took on Everton, and Harry Kane, like history always has it, scores in September. For the month of August, he just can't put the ball in the back of the net, but in his first game in September, he scores 2 goals. His 100th and 101st goal for Spurs. So congrats to Harry Kane and congrats to Spurs winning this one by 3-0. Heading across to Spain in La Liga, now Real Madrid have dropped points already. In their second game, it was a draw. Now in their third game, they had to come back and get a victory against Levante, and it wasn't to be. Yet again, another draw, finishes 1 apiece. Now this is Real Madrid's second consecutive draw in La Liga. Now to other people in other leagues, it may not mean a lot, but in La Liga, dropping points consecutively so early isn't something you want to do. Barcelona, on the other hand, they took on Espanyol and they defeated Espanyol by 5-0. Messi on the score sheet with a hat-trick, Suarez scoring, Dembele with an assist as well. So things look really good in the Barcelona camp, but not too good in the Real Madrid camp. Now, I know Real Madrid, they're without key players. Marcelo also got sent off in this game. But against a Levante team, I don't think it's much of an excuse. 3 points should be there, but it wasn't to be for Zinedine Zidane's men. So Real Madrid 4 points behind Barcelona. Now, I'm going to say this, Barcelona, even though they look really good, they still have problems in the defense. It's a very long season, but they still have a 4-point lead over Real Madrid, which I'm sure that all of Barcelona will love. So far Barcelona have a perfect record in La Liga on top of the La Liga table with Real Madrid in 7th place. Heading across to the Bundesliga and Serie A, where Dortmund is on top of the Bundesliga table while Bayern Munich dropped 3 points this weekend in a defeat to Hoffenheim. So well on to Borussia Dortmund on top of the table, at least for now. Over in Serie A, Juve, Napoli and Inter have a perfect start thus far with 3 wins out of 3. While AC Milan, who was the talk of the town in the transfer window with all those great signings, are in 7th place. They had a 4-0 defeat against Lazio this past weekend. So things aren't too well in the Milan camp, but I'm pretty sure as time progresses and the team gels, they would get those 3 points in the bag. But for now, Juventus, Napoli and Inter Milan are setting the pace. And finally, in League One, PSG continue their perfect start to the season with a 5-1 victory in League One. Right next to them, we have AS Monaco. They were defeated 4-0 by Nice. Yes, Nice, the team that Mario Balotelli plays for. Balotelli was on the score sheet, so Monaco not in a good place, losing Mbappe and also losing this one, already behind PSG. But well done to PSG. Neymar on the score sheet, Mbappe on the score sheet, Cavani on the score sheet. I just don't see any team in League One even putting up a fight against PSG. So well done to PSG. Welcome to this edition of The Interview. I'm Joshua de Matos, and as you can see, I'm not alone on the set. I have Marcus, a Liverpool fan, and I have Shaquille, clearly a Chelsea fan. So guys, welcome to the show.
Yes, man. Good to be here.
Yeah, so football season is back on.
Of course, yeah.
How did you all, for the month or two that we didn't have football, how did you all take it? How did you all get through?
Heartbroken. Oh gosh, man. 2 months, no football? That's so boring. Nothing to do, nothing to watch.
Can you imagine?
I follow on NFL a little bit.
Really?
Patriots is my next favorite side now.
Okay.
Which my match Chelsea a little bit.
How you survive, Balo?
The transfer window is also a nice time to enjoy the non-football activities and quite exciting now. So I enjoy.
You're sure you're not a football agent? The way you're speaking, like
Nah, I enjoy the transfer window more than anything this year, especially.
Yeah, the transfer window was good. Back and forth. You're studying well. Which player you want to get? Which player trying to get? Who you want to get rid of?
Yeah.
It was interesting. It was very interesting.
Yeah.
A lot of rumors though.
A lot. Well, it's transfer season, so you know how that would go.
Yeah.
But let's get straight into it. Football is back on, 4 weeks into the Premiership. So I'll pay respects, the champions of England. 4 games in. How do you think you all did so far? You started off a bit shaky with that defeat, but now we have 3 wins.
Well, the first game, I was actually looking for a win because it's like Burnley and last season how they play really rough in the match we play against them, and we end up drawing. They play really real rough this season, but Gary Cahill, I don't understand the definite red card. Oh gosh, I instant red card, but that was real harsh, boy.
Well, the tackle was kind of harsh.
The tackle was harsh there, but we're going to give him a warning for another straight red card one time. Plus, we end up getting our next red card. That was Pedro. 2 yellows plus the red. We was down to 9 men. But what I am clearly stating, I down to 9 men and we still actually come back and score 2 goals.
Yeah.
One like from the $70 million transfer we gave like with Morata. By the time I was like, Morata is really not all that impressive and thing, but when he now come and Burnley that game, he scored an assist, I was like, wow, yeah, like he had potential.
Yeah.
Like he had potential. It was a little shaky, but yet still, I said to myself, they satisfy me enough.
Yeah.
Because with 9 men we come back and score 2 goals, it wasn't no 3-0 defeat.
Yeah.
We still make an effort. So I was a little satisfied with that, and after that, well, the 3 games we win in a row, well, it was good.
Yeah, and in those 3 games, they all defeated Spurs 2-1, and in the most recent game, Leicester, who isn't an easy team anymore, still defeated them by 2-1. So far, it looks as though, Conte somewhat has steadied the ship, at least for the first 4 games thus far.
Well, for what I clearly stated, right, the Tottenham game is supposed to be 2-0. But Michi come on like excitement now, and he just come and score that one gun, like it just shocked. It was shocking. I was like, oh gosh, come on, man.
Yeah.
But at least we end up winning that game.
Yeah, so Chelsea doing their due. They're in 3rd place, so not doing too bad. Let's talk Liverpool now. Now, Liverpool's start was more or less somewhat the same. A defeat in the first game, then 2 victories. A draw in the first game, sorry. And now they suffered their first defeat for the season thus far against a very strong Manchester City. So how do you think Klopp's start to the season is thus far?
The start of the season is pretty okay. The Watford game is just symptomatic of Liverpool in the past year. Score a lot of goals, exciting going forward, but at the back we let in goals, and we were talking about that last year. And I would have thought that they would have done the business to bring in a centre back, strong centre back who would be able to marshal the defense, and even to go as further as a goalkeeper, a new goalkeeper, because I think he kind of makes things unsteady, right?
Yeah.
But it was the start I assumed would happen. The defeat to City is the only thing that I think is standing out right now because, I'll be honest, 58 minutes, a red card to Sadio Mane, which is our outlet, one of our runners. It changed the game completely. And Manchester City has spent millions of dollars, probably the most money ever, on full-back positions, and they were able to expose us and use the width to destroy us 5-0. But if the Mane red card wasn't going to happen, I think we would have been in for a good game. I think the referee spoiled the game. And as a matter of fact, I think most of the referees this year have been card happy. Immediately diving into challenges players, they immediately show the red.
Wait, I mean, Mane's foot was connected to the
no, agreed.
No,
that was face.
I was like he was trying to be in a movie.
No,
seriously.
I agree with that.
So you agree it should have been a red?
No, I agree it should have been a red, right? But what I'm saying is, the referee changed the game. I understand that the player changed the game, But if you use your discretion sometimes, I'm not talking about the Mane situation.
Right.
Let's look at the Cahill
Generally
situation.
based,
Right?
right.
But if you look back some years to Manchester United in Champions League against Bayern Munich, Nani would have gone up with a high foot. Same exact thing, changed the entire complexion of the game. I'm saying the same thing is happening again now, you know. Hopefully it will be ironed out though.
Yeah.
And he doesn't get the 3-match ban and we could get at least a 1 match.
I think he did get the 3-match ban, but
Yeah, I
I'm
believe
pretty
it.
sure.
I believe it confirmed.
Appealing it.
Yeah, I know they would appeal it, so. So far we could say that that club, I mean, the defense is still really shaky, but we have to just touch on Coutinho. How it is at Liverpool, actually? How do you feel as a Liverpool fan that Coutinho is still there? Do you think, because I know some fans don't like him anymore, but some fans obviously will bring him back in. So as a Liverpool fan, how do you take that Coutinho situation?
Well, first of all, let me say this, right? The transfer window ends at the beginning, the ending of August, right? Most seasons are underway by then.
Right.
So I think what the Premier League was going to do was look at stopping the transfer window before because it creates uncertainty. Similarly with Costa and now Coutinho. Coutinho had requested to leave the club, but that is public information. But ever since then, Liverpool board had sent out a statement saying that he's not for sale at no point in time. That for me is a sign of strength at the club. In years prior, we would have sold Luis Suarez, Fernando Torres, Xabi Alonso. We would have sold even Michael Owen going back 10 years.
Yeah.
But now it's a sign of strength saying that Liverpool could keep their best players.
Yeah.
And he doesn't have to go. I think also how it happened to in the Neymar deal, with Neymar going to PSG, I think it put Barcelona in a handicap where they had to get somebody. So we were basically, we could have held them at gunpoint and
basically,
yeah. So I think it is a series of events that led to the Coutinho thing, but it's a sign from Liverpool Football Club that they want to hold on to their best players, and we will no longer be letting a player go just like that, like Suarez, the Torres, that kind of player. So it's a sign of signal of intent for me. Yeah.
So we're looking to see if Coutinho will be back out in the next game for Liverpool. So we're going to take a short break. When we come back, we're going to talk some more transfer talk and look at the upcoming games that these two teams have to face. Welcome back to Football 101. So we're still talking football as usual. So Chelsea now, in the transfer season, you could pretty say they did a good job. You know, you brought in Morata, but you also lost some key players. And one key player that I couldn't understand how Chelsea let him go was Matic. Now, as a Chelsea fan, how did you feel when you heard that deal was going through, especially to one of your rivals, Manchester United?
Well, on that seriousness, the Matic situation was a bit shocking.
Yeah.
Because I was looking at, all right, let me backtrack here. We're talking about rival teams, right? Manchester United, going to Manchester United. Look at Jose Mourinho, for instance. One of our best coaches, won many trophies with Chelsea, won endless Premier Leagues, FA Cups, whatsoever the case may be. And you know, a little dispute with him happened last season when we was under a little pressure when Leicester win. Yeah. There was under a little pressure until we come out 10th and thing. I just like, players wasn't happy like with Mourinho form of the game anymore. Yeah. So they just decided to like get rid of him and, well, you know, Ivanovic don't make really much jokes, so he just get rid of him one time and he got Man United, which I find was real shocking because I was thinking like, a man like Mourinho wouldn't do something like that. Why leave a club that you know that he make plenty memories with to go for a rival side? Yeah. And when he went with the rival side, it's like he buying some of Chelsea players to go with him. Yeah. Because look at my incident what happened. Look at Gwen Mata, player of the year twice, and he wasn't starting. I was thinking under the same Jose Mourinho wasn't starting, was on the bench, and all of a sudden gone Man United. Yeah. So now he gone over to Man United, and plus two he take Matic with him, and I find that was like a real low blow. That was hurtful. That was hurtful to me.
But I'm sure the United fans are really glad that he's there because he has made a big difference to the team, allowing Pogba, you know, to that freedom to go further up the field. So Manchester United fans are loving that. So let's talk Liverpool as well in the transfer window. We spoke about the Coutinho situation. One of the best buys, I think, was Salah. Now, we've seen him at Roma. His pace is amazing. And so far in these 4 games where he has played, he has really been the difference. Even in the City game, he had Otamendi just stood in left, right, and center. So, are you satisfied so far with the signings that Liverpool did?
Salah is good.
Good.
Salah is excellent by. Robertson is very
Former
good for
Chelsea
his
player.
position.
Former
right?
Chelsea player.
And Chamberlain kind of hit me out of nowhere.
The Ox, you don't like the Ox?
I like the Ox as a player, but I don't know where he'll fit at
Yeah.
Liverpool. But he's a good. I guess he's going to be a squad player because we have a number of competitions like everybody else to play in this year. But his buys were good. We should have gotten Van Dijk.
Yeah.
We really should have gotten Van Dijk.
But for that price, though.
Yeah, but the market is inflated. So, you know what? We should have gotten Van Dijk and then we could have really challenged. But right now, as it stands, we address a couple of things, but not the major issue, which is the defense.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and even Oxlade-Chamberlain, when you look at the kind of funds that we had to put out for him, it's a lot of money. So, I would not have gone for the Ox, actually, because we already signed Naby Keita for next season, you know, but Klopp is the boss.
Yeah. So far with the structure, not much changes in the defense. Realistically, do you think that Liverpool could challenge for the title, or do you think top 4 is basically what they'll reach for?
I think top 4. I think we'll have a run in the Champions League because the mystique with Liverpool Football Club, European nights and European competition, we are a real football club. So, yeah. So the mystique with that, we will challenge, right? But I don't think in the league we really could because those other teams are really, really strong. Man City, Chelsea, and I think the best defensive team in the league, Tottenham Hotspur. They're going to do really well. Even United have reinforced. You just alluded to the fact that Chelsea sold Matic to United, which all of us are competing.
Yeah.
I can understand why would you strengthen United.
Yeah.
You know, and then they have Lukaku. So it's really going to be a big fight for the top 4. But I think Liverpool will be there about the top 4 and have a run in Champions League.
Yeah. So, Shakil, you mentioned something with the owner of Chelsea, you know, not playing games when it comes to certain players. But there's a certain player that I find is playing a lot of games. That's Diego Costa, who's probably right now vacation in Brazil. So what's your take on this whole Costa situation?
Okay, well, firstly to say, I appreciate plenty things that Costa did for the club.
Right.
You know, leave Atletico Madrid, came to Chelsea, score plenty goals, make us win Premier League, Carling Cup and things. He's a good player, but he have to learn to humble himself a little bit because, you know, be honest with me, I believe always be watching the games and all too. Sometimes it's a simple tackle the man get, you drop down on the ground, you want to appeal.
Yeah.
When you're refereeing going away, you want to quarrel, you want to, I don't like them kind of thing as a player. I find that is ignorance. I'm not showing sportsmanship and thing. I think, man, I was honestly glad to hear Diego Costa was going to Atletico Madrid. But what I didn't like, I don't understand, you're playing for a club, you're representing a certain club, but why would you have on the club that he was playing for before jersey, Atletico Madrid? Come on. That just showing that you like, yo, that is the club that you love and you want to go back there. That's what he's showing signs to the Chelsea fan. He's not comfortable playing with Chelsea. He wants to go back to Atletico Madrid. Like he wants to go back Spain. And I believe, well, for me, if he wants to go, let him go. It doesn't make sense you force a player to stay with a club that he don't want to play for because it's like, he might won't be there. He knows himself he loves Atletico Madrid, he will prefer go and play for Atletico Madrid. Because right now he's trying to figure out, we in the same group as with Atletico Madrid, how that would have affect us? If he was still playing for Chelsea and he was starting, how that would have affect us going against his rival club? Because knowing that, because you're seeing clear that he wants to go back. So I don't feel we'll get his full 100 against in that game. So I really don't. To tell you the truth, I don't mind if he go back.
So let him go.
Yeah, let him go.
Yeah, I think a lot of Chelsea fans will share that sentiment as well. So we're talking English Premier League. So let's look at some of the other teams now as we wrap up this segment. Manchester United strengthened. Manchester City has strengthened. Tottenham, more or less the same side from last year. Who do you think are the main title contenders that you think at the end, when the 38 games are completed, that you'll see in that 1 and 2 position?
City and United. That's how I see it because you can't spend that ridiculous amount of money that Pep has spent at City and not be in the number 1 and number 2 position. It's what he spent is ridiculous. He's bought Kyle Walker for £15 million, which is ludicrous. You know, we're not talking about Virgil van Dijk for 70 million, but I guess all the prices are bad. But I think City and United will because Jose knows how to win and Pep has spent a lot of money. I actually think Spurs will do well. I actually think it's between Chelsea and Liverpool again, and Spurs for the top 4. And I think the Gunners are outside again.
Yeah, I'll agree with that one. What about you, Shakib?
Well, it's obvious I would go Chelsea who won in the league. But my second choice between Man United and City, really tough, because as he stated, what is the sense of spending all our money and even making it in the top 2?
Yeah.
That will be really hurtful. But then again, too, United are very well, as you say, strengthened and have a good club. So I looking at them could be we title contenders. City, I could see it, but not 100%. So Liverpool looking all right. Yeah, I like Liverpool and think they're looking good, but...
So you're not afraid for your next game, which is against Arsenal?
Well, due to how Arsenal started this season, no. I'm not afraid at all.
Lacazette,
yeah.
Giroud, you're not afraid of those people? No. An easy victory.
I wouldn't say easy. It will be a competitive victory, but at the end, we will come out victorious.
Right. And Liverpool next matches, somewhat of an easy next 3 matches with Burnley, Leicester.
No match is easy.
Newcastle.
They lost to Burnley.
It's true, but on paper you would think a Burnley should be easy.
No Premier League match is easy anymore. Burnley played Palace this weekend. A wonderful performance from Burnley, defensive performance. And it's everything we lack, a defensive steel.
Yeah.
After that, Leicester, Mahrez and Vardy on their day could give anybody a game. And Newcastle under Rafa have picked up 2 wins already. So no game is easy, but trust in Klopp and Liverpool, we should get over the line with 9 points, hopefully.
And what about the 4th game against Manchester United?
Well, that's the derby. That's the big game so far, the first big game of the season. And hopefully we could come through it. With a good result, United are in top form. They are their first draw this weekend, I believe. So hopefully we should come through it better off. I know Salah, Mane is a big miss. It hinges a lot on Mane. I know Coutinho is coming back into the side. Roberto Firmino has been excellent for Liverpool. And I mean, he doesn't score as much goals as Diego Costa, but his value to the team is exceptional. So I think it's a tough game between Liverpool and United coming up, and it's going to be a big decider in terms of the top 4 or 5 positions.
Yeah. Well, there you heard it from the football fans. One fan says that it's going to be a Manchester club on top, but then the Chelsea fan, obviously, repping his side and saying Chelsea will continue to hold on to this EPL title. So this has been the interview. I want to thank Marcus for being on the show. I want to thank Shaquille for coming on as well. And this is Football 101, doing what we do week in and week out, bringing the feel directly to your home. So we've come to the end of another episode of Football 101, and you may be wondering why I have my phone on set. For all of you Fantasy Premier League players, we all know that the season has now started. I myself being one, and I just want to say a big shout out to all the TNT Fantasy King players. Yes, that's a group we're actually in, a league we're in, myself and my co-host Nicholas. And I just want to give you a little update, on the standings. In first place, there's a certain person by the name of Joshua the Matos, yes, in first place. Name of his team is Island Vibes FC. So I'm going to try and find Nicholas Biharilal's score and place. It may take a while. I have to do a lot of scrolling down. Oh, there he is. In 20th place, we have Nicholas Biharilal. So have some work to do, Nicholas. But to all the other guys in the group, I want to say shout out to you all, shout out to Jared as well for starting that group. And for all you Fantasy Premier League players, it's a really good chance to get to know your players and become that tactical manager that we all want to be. So shout out to all of you Fantasy Premier League players. And if you haven't been playing it, I suggest you start. So we've come to the end of another episode of Football 101. I just want to say shout out to the 2 guests on the show, Marcus and Shaquille. Had a really good time with them, really good conversation going there. So shout out to you all. Thank you so much for being a part of the show. Don't forget, you can check out the repeats every Wednesday and every Thursday at 5:30 p.m. And then we're back here live next week, Tuesday, right here on ACTN The Voice. My name is Joshua the Matos. This has been Football 101, where we bring the feel directly to your home.